Look where we are. Good morning. My nose looks so cute with my nasal strip. It's so perky and perfect. 40 years ago, it was exactly perky and perfect. And then it grew, just like me, just like my soul and my spirit. Let's start today's practice by getting seated in a comfortable place, on a comfortable cushion or the floor. If you're riding in your car or sitting as a passenger, if you're sitting at your desk, if you're sitting at the park, and with your back up, aligned, not tense, but aligned and straight. Exhale. And inhale, love. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. How's that feel? Ooh, so good, so settling. Let's do it again. We're going to relax our jaw when we inhale. And during the holding of the breath, we're going to swirl around all that yummy air that's filled with love and service and devotion and community. And then we're going to exhale that out into the universe where others, other humans and animals can breathe it in. Let's do it again. Exhale fully. Inhale. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. I was awake at 4 a.m. I woke up and I remembered, well, I don't have shades in my bedroom yet, and the full moon was coming in like the sun. It was so insane. Yesterday was my hubby's birthday. He's born on 11/11, so that's always fun. We've had his birthday at 11/11/11 at 11/11. That's really fun. And yesterday there were these synchronicities. We arrived at the airport at 11:11. Our gate was 1:11. Michaela's drive to Santa Cruz was an hour and 11 minutes, and she was supposed to arrive at her house at 1:11. That was super fun. You know, the oneness. We're all one. There's also something magical about this day. I don't know much about it, but it's called the angelic ascension, so a gateway or portal to other realms purportedly opens up, and we can ask, we can have intentions, set intentions to have things come into our life, whatever it is that we want to receive. I was thinking about death because of the memorial performance that we did this last weekend, which, by the way, I can't even, there's no words, you know. When I first got out of my car and saw these people I haven't seen in 10 years and how much love their family, it was really a reunion of people that were chosen family. And there's some things that arose. One of them is just how wonderfully safe and comfortable it is to feel home, because sometimes when we're home, and I've talked about this before, we don't always feel safe. We don't feel supported or protected in our home. Maybe it's just the opposite. Maybe we feel emotionally abused or unheard, unseen. And maybe in our childhood growing up, we were unseen for who we were and unheard. And what that does is it lends and leads to isolation and a sense of being lonely, because our souls are not being expressed fully. And the universe wants us to fully express our souls, wants us to be our most authentic self. And sometimes we get lost after not being able to express who or what we are. We lose our sense of purpose, because we have it when we're children. We don't know it's a purpose, but we know who we are. We know what we love. We know what we have. We know what causes laughter and our passions. And it's what we do when we're kids all day long. You know, do we love to read? Do we love to write? Do we love to draw? Do we love to go outside and and play pirate, or stay inside and build elaborate Barbie houses? So we really do know who we are when we're kids, and we lose our way because we're not seen or heard, especially in a place where we want to be seen and heard, and that's in our homes, by our sisters and our brothers and our grandparents and our parents and whoever resides in that home. And what can make it even more horrifying is if someone in that home is actually abusing you, and as an adult too, you know? And you're not allowed, or you feel that you don't have the acceptance to be your biggest, best, most authentic self without being criticized or ridiculed or judged. And it does take a certain amount of bravery and courage to just ground in and say to yourself, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me. And if you don't like it, go somewhere else. I'm going to be me here in my home, and I'm going to find people that do accept me for who I am. And so this weekend for me was all about that. I guess because there a lot of, art and creativity is also associated with higher intelligence, and so are open minds and open hearts. So those are qualities that I look for in a community. People who have open hearts, open minds, who are very creative and active and actively participate with love in doing things that they're passionate about, whether that be writing, philosophy, dance, art. I'm open. I'm open for your creative direction, and of course, above all, do no harm. So if you're just being your best, most beautiful, authentic self, the universe wants you to be. They want the universe, Mother Nature, God, Goddess, we all want you to be your authentic self. We meaning your community. And that's how you know you found your community. You are supported in being your best self. And with that acceptance comes happiness, and isolation and loneliness will dissolve, and you are given a safe, comfortable space. I have another credo since yesterday. Don't accept not being accepted. Okay? And if that means that you have to be a warrior for who you are, and being and doing and loving yourself for who you are, be a warrior for yourself. Don't accept not being accepted. Find your community. Find that home. Find that family of choice. Religious organizations, a lot of people are drawn to them because of community. I found that in my past, when I was associated with religious communities, that they weren't as open-minded or open-hearted as an artistic community. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't find your community there, and maybe you will. And but seek other communities, perhaps dancing, writing, but somewhere I believe in a spirit-based, oriented practice that involves community. And over time, and when you share an experience with someone, a really intense experience, like say rehearsing for a play, where you're rehearsing 10, 12 hours a day, that's how you get close to other people. And that's how you work together and figure out who we each are and what our roles are, and in this participation. So participation is vital, okay? Don't just go and draw paintings. So you can start there, that's good, but be a part of like theater. You're not an actress, but you're a painter. You could do the backdrops, or help with the choreography or the costumes. But be a member of a tribe, and I invite you all, because that's where you'll find your truth, and the truth will set you free. I love you. I love you. So, warm fluid stays warmer in a Yeti. That's not a promotion for Yeti. Yetis are expensive. You can go out and get a Yeti-like cup for 1/4 the price. What else? Anything else? Well, let's see. One more thing. I was able to wear platform shoes in the performance for 3 solid hours. They're made by Demonia. If you can't wear high heels anymore because they hurt your feet, and I can't, but there are platform high heels by Demonia. They're so cute. And even these old dogs with lots of problems in the past and foot pain, yeah. Okay, well, if I think of anything else, I'll let you know. Little helpful hints. So you know about the BioFreeze, you know about if you have a knee or a boo-boo, mechanical devices, those are good for you. And just, I don't know, these nasal things, and breathe so great. Okay, well, yep, the subcontractors are arriving. The gardeners will be here soon. The sounds of the morning. And by the way, I would never live in the city. Oh, the trash. San Francisco. Clean your trash. I know it's hard, you guys, because you're so accepting of others, and the homeless population there is growing. And I know that as a city, you guys are going to come together and attend to this. And the drug problem there with the syringes all over. And yeah, and that just highlights how many cities have a paucity or a lack of mental services. And I'm just going to say it one time here. If we do like Portugal did and make, quote, drugs illegal, then like heroin, crime would go down. Heroin addicts could go and get their heroin, and they're legally. There would be clean needles. Hepatitis would go down. HIV would go down. All these things that are. So it's something to consider in the future. Stop the war on drugs. Make drugs legal, and then you can control them. Okay, and the criminals, you won't be robbed, and and you won't get your bike stolen, and also the criminal court system wouldn't be so dragged down with that sort of crime. So read about it. If you don't understand about it, you can read about Portugal decriminalizing all drugs, making them legal, and then the government being in charge of it. Okay? All right. Bye.